So, hello everyone. So, today is our seventh day of our Java programming bootcamp, and in the six previous days, we have learned many concepts in Java, right? So, up to threading, we have covered, and in this today's particular lecture, let us see a small project on Java on the basis of which we have learned the topic which we have learned. This will be a small one because we did not see the GUI part, and that is graphical user interface part of Java. Of course, we will be doing that one in the future, but for the sake of the simplicity, we will be doing a simple project based on terminal. All right, so that is a supermarket billing system. All right, and okay, so before starting the project, I would like to remind you guys about the attendance form. So it will be posted as usual in the live chat box at the end of this video, and you guys need to fill that one in order to get a certificate. All right, guys. So first of all, let us create a new package and let us name it as day 7. And inside day 7, let us create a new Java class and let us write super underscore market. Okay, so this is it. And first, let us import the util package because we'll be using the scanner class in this one in order to take the user input. So I hope you guys remember the user input. All right, guys. So first, let us see what is the problem statement. So what we'll be having is 3 arrays for storing the okay, let us just correct this one. For storing the name of the item, cost, and quantity. So there will be 3 arrays for storing the items. For storing the name of the items, we will be having 1 array. For cost and quantity, we'll be having one array. All right. And at the stoppage of this program, what we'll be getting is we'll be getting the items which we selected, and we will be getting the total cost of our bill. Total cost of the bill. So this is the desired output. Let us just write it here. Desired output, items which we selected, and the total cost of the bill. So this is the thing which we are supposed to execute now. So first, let us write our main method. Public static void main string args. And first of all, let us create 3 arrays, that is items, cost, and quantity. So items will be string, right? So for example, if we take rice or wheat, those are strings. So let us create a string array. String, and let us name it as items equal to new string of, let us just take it the maximum length of the string as 10 items, right? And next, let us take an integer array for storing the cost. And the cost equal to new int of, let us also take this as 10. And next, okay, so instead of cost, let us just write as cost items. Okay, and next we'll be having the quantity, and quantity equal to new int of 10. So in this array, what will happen is, so for a particular item, we'll be storing the name at the same index, and at the same index, we will be storing the cost of that item, and we will also be storing the quantity of the item. All right. So for example, if we take rice and the quantity is 2 items, and the cost is, let us assume, as 50 rupees. So at the 0th index of this first particular array, we'll be having rice, and at the 0th index of this cost items array we'll be having 50, that is nothing but the cost of the rice, and the quantity at the 0th index in the quantity array we'll be having 2 because we are having two quantities of rice. Okay, so this is the basic concept. And next what we're going to do is let us just take uh, a infinite loop, that is nothing but we can write anything for infinite loop. So let us just take true. Okay, so while true is nothing but it will generate a infinite loop. Okay, and inside this what we're going to do is let us just take int x, and take a let us print a output statement. Enter 1 for adding an item or 0 for the total bill. Okay, so what we are intimating the user is if you want to add that is this will be managed by the employee, and he will be adding one by one the items and the total quantity and the total the cost. Okay, so enter 1 for adding an item and 0 for the total bill. So this is a message which you are providing for the employer. And next what we will be giving is now first let us just take scanner class, scanner sc1, let us just take equal to new scanner system dot take. So we are taking a user input, and if the user enters 1, we will be giving a provision for adding an item, and if the user presses 0, and it will directly go to the total bill, and it will go through the process and it will print the total items which we selected and the total cost also. Right, x equal to sc1 dot next int, because the user will be entering an integer for selecting the choice, 1 for adding an item, 0 for total bill. So that's why in x what we are storing sc1 dot next int. All right, so I hope it is clear up to here for you guys. And now if the user is selecting 1, what we are supposed to do, we should give a provision for the user to add an item, right? So if x is equal to 1, if the user has entered 1, what we're going to do, let us open the braces, and next let us just take a string item, that is nothing but we are taking a variable item and the data type is string, so that the employer can enter the string, that is the item name. And next he should also enter the quantity, right? Let us just take int quantity, and let us also take the int cost. Okay, and next what we're going to do is first let us give the message for the employer that enter item name, and after that let us give the provision for the user, that is nothing but the employer, to write an input. So for that what we're going to do, let us write our new scanner, scanner is c2 equal to new scanner system dot in, and inside this one in item, in this item we will be storing the item name which is entered by the user. There is nothing but item equal to sc2 dot next, that's it. Here we are taking next in because the user is entering an integer, but here the user is entering the string, that's why we will be using only next. And next what we're going to do is enter the cost of the item. So the cost of the item is being entered now, and in we will be storing the cost in the cost variable. We will be storing the cost equal to, okay, so let us open the scanner class once again, sc3 equal to new scanner system dot in, and next let us just take cost equal to sc3 dot next int. All right, so it is cleared up to here. Next we should also add one more thing, that is enter the quantity now, enter the quantity of the item. And next, let us just store that one in the quan variable which we created, that is quantity, and that is ssc3. Okay, so we need to create the new scanner class, right? Scanner ssc4 equal to new scanner of system.in. And what is the variable name? Equal to ssc4 dot next int. All right, so this is the process of taking user input. Let me just run this one in order to show you how the user input works. And by the way, we have seen all these things, right? User input. So if the user has entered one, we have written some code. Let us just enter one here. Yes, we are getting the provision. Enter item name. If you enter something, enter the cost. We are getting error here. Why we are getting error? Because for entering the cost, what we wrote next int. So an integer must be entered. So the cost cannot be a string, right? So that is the thing. And then next, what we're gonna do is, after collecting all the user inputs from the user, now for writing the cost, let me just take an variable int I equal to 0. Right, so int I equal to 0 we have taken, and now what we're going to do is, now let us store all this data which is entered by the user inside the strings which we created. So what is the first string which we created? That is the array which we created, items. And what is the data type? String. So inside items, items of I equal to, what is the item name which the user has entered? What is the data variable name? Item. All right. Next, what we're gonna do is, in the place of the, what is the second array, guys? Cost underscore items. Cost underscore items of I equal to this one, cost, which is entered by the user. Cost. Right. And next, quantity of I. So what is the array name? Quantity equal to quant. Okay. And next, what we'll be doing is, we will be incrementing the value of I by 1. Because we are using a while loop, we need to increment by ourselves, right? So I hope you guys remember this one. So in while loop, we will be doing all these things, right? So okay, so let us just place this here, because for every iteration again I will be marked as 0. So let us just place this one outside in the main. Right. And next, what we're gonna do is, so I hope you guys got this concept. So for every iteration, initially the value of I is 0. So at the index 0, as discussed at the starting of this lecture, at the index 0, all these things will be stored. And after this iteration, I will get incremented. That is, no, the value of I will be 1. And when the user is trying to add all these data in the next iteration, that is nothing for the next item, in the first index, the new items will be placed, so that the list of elements will be available for us to access. Okay, so this is it, guys. And next, let us write our code for 0. If the user has entered 0, we need to write the code, right? And we need to write the code in order to generate the bill. All right, now let us come out of this if. And after coming out of the if, let us write the code for 0. Else if x is equal to 0, we need to write the code now. So what we're gonna write is, first let us run a for loop for int j equal to 0 and j is less than or equal to I, j plus plus. So before that, let us just print the items bought are. Let us just write this. And what we are doing here is, if the user has entered x is equal to 0, that is nothing but the first, what we are displaying, the items which are selected by the user are being displayed. So what are the items, guys? That is stored inside this items array. So we need to access that items array now. So we have seen the accessing of array, right? So this is the use of that one. Let me just write system.output and let us just remove this one. Items of j. That's it. Alright. So for every iteration, what is happening, guys? We are just printing the uh, items of j. So here, what is I, guys? For every iteration, we have incremented I so that the length of the array, the length of the items array is equal to I. Alright, for every iteration we have incremented the I value so that when the adding items is stopped, the incrementation of I also will be stopped, right? So that is it. And for every iteration from j equal to 0 to j less than or equal to I, we are printing this items of j. Alright, and after printing the items, we also need to calculate the total cost, right? So for storing the total cost, let us just write a variable here, int total underscore cost. Initial cost, let us just have 0, and under this, now let us try to print. Uh, First, let us run our for loop int the same condition, guys, into j equal to 0, and next what we'll be writing is j less than or equal to I, j plus plus. Okay, so j is less than or equal to I. And next, what we'll be doing for every iteration, we'll be adding total cost equal to total cost plus. So what will happen here is, so the user is giving the quantity, that is the nothing but the number of items, and cost. So what will be the total cost of that particular item? For example, if you take two rice items and each cost 50 rupees, what we'll be doing in order to get the total cost? 50 into 2. Alright, so that is nothing but when we multiply the same index of these both, we'll be getting the total value, right? That is nothing but, let us just write cost items of j star, and let us write the quantity of j. Okay, so I hope you guys got this logic. That is, this is very simple, right? So for calculating the total, we are writing this small thing. Okay, and next what we'll be doing is, so if the user had entered some random value, it is not 1 or it is not 0, we need to break out of the loop, right? And after calculating the total bit, total bill, we also need to exit the loop, right? Or yeah, or else the loop will be running infinite times. So after completing all these things, we need to break. That is nothing but we are coming out of the loop. And next, let us write the condition if the user has not entered 1 or not entered 0. Let us write else. If a user has entered anything other from 1 or 0, just break. There is nothing but just come out of the loop. That's it. Alright, guys. So hope you guys got. Next, let us just test this out. Let me just run this program. Yes, enter 1 for adding an item or 0 for the total bill. So let us just write 1. We are getting the output, that is enter item name. Let us just write the name as rice. Enter the cost of the item. The cost of rice, let us just take 50, and the quantity let us take as 2 items. And we are getting the one more time. Enter 1 for adding an item, 0 for the total. Let us add one more item. 1. Let us name it as wheat, and cost let us just take 25, and quantity 4. And now let us just stop this and let us try to get the total bill. Let me just put 0 and press enter. Yes. Okay, so after calculating the total, we did not put the output statement. The total cost of your bill is total cost. So till here we got the items which are entered by the user are being fetched properly, and we also just need to calculate the total cost. Since we have updated our code by one line, now let us just see. Let me enter the same cost. Let us just take 50 and 2. Let me enter 1 again. Enter item name. Let us enter wheat. Cost 25 and the quantity. Let us just take 4. And now let me just press 0 and let me press enter. Just we got the output. So what is happening here is, first when we enter 1, we're getting the provision to add this item name, the cost, as well as the quantity. So rice 50 and 2. That is nothing but for rice, the total cost will be 100, right? 52 is 100. Next, we are adding one more item, that is wheat, 25 and 4. What is 25 times 4? 100. So 100 plus 100 is 200. We are getting the total cost of your bill is 200. The items bought are rice and wheat. All right. So this is it, guys. And let us just make a small change. Let us also try to add some code. It should do that. It should also get the quantity, rice hyphen. Let us also write the quantity. So let us just take a small change, items, and let us just write, let me just put quantity hyphen plus quantity of j. So for every iteration, the item will be printed, and the what do you say, the quantity of that item will also be printed, since we are using the quantity array. Now let us just try to write this. 1 rice to the cost of the item 50 to 1. Enter item name. Let us just take biscuits now, and the cost of the item 20. We just take 3 and 0. Yes, we got the output. 52 is 100 and 23 is a 60. That is nothing but total bill is 160. And we also got the items which are bought by us. The items bought are rice quantity 2, biscuits quantity 3. All right. And if you want, you can also add the cost here. That is, let me just write cost per each. Cost per each, we'll be getting cost items of j. Let us just check this for a single item, and let us see. Let me just write 1. Let me just take flour to the cost 30, 4, 0. Yes, the items bought are flour, quantity is 4, cost per each is 30, so the total cost of our bill is 120. All right, so this is the small program, guys, and I hope you guys got it. And if you are aware of GUI in Java, you can do this program with GUI as well as, and so that it will be very good practice, just in case if you know the GUI. All right, or if you guys don't know, it is quite okay. And let me just check the thing which will happen if we do not enter 1 or 0. Let me just enter 4. The execution has stopped, because for every other condition we are just breaking out of the loop. All right, so that's it from my side, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ping us. All right, thank you.